Are we working? Okay. I just got like a little message on there saying that it wasn't going to go live, and then now it's saying it's live. Ah, Facebook. All right. As you're coming on, tell me if you can hear me, see me, all those things, because just as I was trying to come on, it was trying to tell me that it couldn't connect, but now I think it's connecting. So Bali Wi-Fi the last 2 days just doesn't really love me. And normally our house is like seriously freaking epic, like epic level Wi-Fi, way better than you can get in Australia, like double what you can get in Australia. Yes, it's working. Hafida, hello, 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 hello. Awesome. Okay, this is a good thing. This is a good sign. I'm going to give people just a minute to get on. Plus, I just suddenly decided that there's a program that I'm launching today, and I just suddenly decided I'm going to give you all a discount on it. So I'm literally sitting here in the back end of my website creating a discount code so that I can give it to you all, just because that's the way I roll. Just suddenly decided I want to give you all something. So as you're coming on, you know the deals. Say hello, hello, hello. Hey Cassandra, hello. Just let me know that you're here. And who else did I see on here? Sarah, hi. Hello. Who else have I got? Say hello as you're coming in so I know you're here. I'm trying to get this up on my laptop as well so I can see the comments better, because I'm going a little blind, which is an interesting experience, but I've got the phone all the way over there. Hi Ashley, hello. Okay, it's not going to come up on my laptop, so we'll just deal with the fact that you're going to have to see me going like this all the time, trying to read the, hi Cassandra, trying to read the comments. Is anyone else having this same problem? Hey Rachel, hello. Is anyone like, I've got brand new AirPods, I'm so excited. Bali is insane for customer service stuff. Yesterday I was sitting in a cafe and my old AirPods, I knew I needed new ones, but my old AirPods finally broke. So I sent a WhatsApp message to the Apple store, and in less than an hour from me sending the message, and they're a half an hour drive away, in less than an hour from me sending the first message, the guy was there delivering my new AirPods to me in the cafe. I'm like, this is insane. The whole world should be doing this type of customer service. They're just ridiculous. In a great way, ridiculous. So, Ecstatic Current. I'm so excited to be finally teaching this to you. So, Cassandra, yeah, Mercury retrograde blew up my AirPods, didn't like them, wanted me to get new ones, which is great, but tech stuff in Bali, whew, you pay like 25% more. It's so expensive. Oh my God, Cassandra, you're in snow. I am boiling hot. The air conditioning is blasting on me here. Danielle, hello, hello. Hi, darling. Elsa, all right. Well, Ecstatic Current. I've had I think it's been kind of with a few different ones of my shares in here that you guys have asked, like, what is the Ecstatic Current? Can you talk more into the Ecstatic Current? Such good AirPods. I've got one of those little piercings in this bit of my ear. I think my new AirPod doesn't like it. Hopefully you can still hear me. Sorry about that. So yeah, I've been talking about doing this for you here for quite a while. So I'm excited to finally be doing it. So what I want to hear in the comments before we dive in is how do you usually make your decisions? Are you a person who thinks about them and you make your decisions from your head, from your mind, from your thoughts and thinking? Are you a person who makes your decisions from what you feel in your body? And if you're a feeler in your body, you may well be aware of are you feeling from your heart? Are you feeling from your womb? Or maybe for you it's intuition. There's intuition that kind of just drops in, and through that intuition that drops in is what you make your decisions from. So I'm keen to kind of get an idea on like where everybody is. What's the mix that we have going on of people? So if you can share with me in the comments that I just lost. Excellent. Technology is my friend. Seriously? Just lost the comments. Well, that's just going to be really annoying. It's going to be really annoying if I can't see what you're writing to me. This is important. Maybe try doing some like little love hearty things if you can still hear me, so that I know that people are there. But I can't see your comments. Where did you all go? You've gone somewhere. There's silence. Silence. Here we go. Okay. Elsa. Do you prefer Elsa now or Eleanor? So splenic authority. So it feels mostly in your gut and your body. You don't think or question, usually just go. Yeah, I'm quite similar. So anybody else who's able to comment, if you can tell me, because this is just going to help me a little bit in deciding like which direction and what I'm letting you know as we come into ecstatic current. So keep the comments coming here. Thanks, Cassandra. It's just me that was losing my mind. You're all still there. So much for great new AirPods that don't fit in. All right. All right, so we've got like only a few people chatty today. So a few of you are a bit quiet, that's fine. All right, so basically what is the question? Carrie, the question is, do you know where you make your decisions from? Are you a head-based decider? Do you think about your decisions? Do you feel it in your body? And if you feel it in your body, are you aware of where in your body? Or maybe it's more of an intuition, an intuitive hit that comes in, and that kind of helps you make your decision, like the big decisions, like what are you gonna do? Where are you going? Where are you gonna live? Where are you going on your holidays? What jobs should you take? So Lauren, very impulsive when it comes to decisions, which thinks you mainly use your brain, because if it was your heart, it'd take longer. Okay, cool. Cassandra, no, I couldn't see your comment. I don't know what's going on. Just copy paste it. Comment again. I want to read it. I want to know. I want to know all the things about you and how you all work. So Carrie Ramsey's intuition. And hi, Carrie Kaplan-Norley. Hello. Thank you for your hi. So I used to keep on commenting by the way. And I'm going to kind of tell you a little bit above Eleanor's. I'll look for it in a minute. Because there's weird stuff going on. So I used to make all of my decisions from my head, right? This AirPod's going to annoy me. I used to make my decisions purely from my head. I was very much a living in the head person. I really couldn't feel my body. I wasn't super aware of my body. So I was a total head decider and used to get super, super, super overwhelmed. Like too many decisions, too much happening, and I'd be like, stressed out, overwhelmed, a lot of action happening in my head, not much quiet time in my head, until I discovered womb work, and then everything started to change. And then now my decisions I started to be able to feel my body. I couldn't feel my body before that. I was like from here up type of a person. Now I would say I'm more kind of like here down type of a person. So Carrie's learning to be more body decisions. Yeah, so I started to drop into my body, and I started to understand that it was even a thing to make decisions from here, to be able to feel anything in my body, even to start with. And then I started to do womb work, and I was like, oh, you mean my womb can actually like support me in making my decisions for me? My womb now makes most of my decisions. She's super active. She's very talkative. She has a lot to say and a lot of decisions to give me, even to the point where literally not only my own company, but also the company that I'm partners in for the Spiral, a lot of the big decisions that we make are made by what feels right in my body. So my teams are quite used to, we will sit and talk about things, and they'll be planning, and we're going to do this and we're going to do that and this and that and whatever it might be in this planning mode. But then the meeting comes to me, And it's like, Zapheria, does that feel right? How does that feel in your body? And if I say it feels wrong, then we don't do it. Plain and simple. Like, that's the level that I've gotten to now, and being able to really, really deeply trust my own body and my own womb. And if my womb says that we're not doing something, then we're not doing it. And so then we can take that one step further, which is what we're going to go into today, which is the ecstatic current. And I want to tell you, I guess, like, I've been living now by the ecstatic current for about 5 years. I'm pretty sure I've told quite a few of you the story about what I did. Was when I first was doing womb work, I went to Vietnam. I went for an entire month to Vietnam, and the intention was, do not move unless you feel the ecstatic current. Like, literally, don't make any decisions unless I feel the ecstatic current. To the point that there were some days where I was sitting on the side of the road with my bag going, I don't know where I'm going. Like, I don't know where I'm gonna go and spend tonight. And it's like, well, you can't move until you feel it. You've got to sit here and wait until you feel the ecstatic current. And when you feel the ecstatic current pull, then you can go. And so through doing that, I've really learned the depth of what is available to us when we can tune into this ecstatic current that I want to teach you a bit about today. But I want to tell you, like, I guess the last really, really, really big decision that I made with the ecstatic current, with my womb and the ecstatic current. So I'll talk more about how my womb actually connects into the ecstatic current. So it's the two of them working together. But when this whole craziness that we're in first started, I think it was March last year. We're coming up to a year now. So weird. Anyway, there was one particular moment here in Bali with my partner, with Mike. Many of you know him. And it was like, the world is going into lockdown. It was weird. It was that moment of like, holy shit, like, stuff's happening. And so our original flight to Australia got cancelled. We were supposed to be in Australia. We were supposed to go to Australia, do a couple of events, then we were supposed to go to the UK, and then we were supposed to go to America. So that was supposed to be my plan for 2020, for a bunch of events, a lot of traveling. And so that first flight got cancelled, as with lots of people around the world. And then we were sitting there and like everything was starting to shut down, right? It was one of those like, holy shit, countries are literally closing. And for Australia, it was like, Australia is closing tonight for anyone that's non-resident. And residents, I think, had like an extra few days to get home, and then that was it. If you hadn't gone, you were done, and nobody knew for how long, right? And so my partner is from New Zealand, I'm from Australia. And so we're sitting here and it's like, well, if we go to Australia, he came to me and he's like, I've just heard the news. If we want to go to Australia, I have to leave immediately. He's like, I can't pack. I have to take just my phone and my passport and my wallet, and I have to go and get on this next flight that's going to Australia. It's the very last flight that's going to allow anyone in who's not an Australian resident. He's like, you have about 2 more days. You'll have to pack up our whole life here in Bali and get on a plane within 2 days so that you can also still get into the country. And we literally had 10 minutes to make the decision. It was like, holy shit. So I'm sitting here in a country where a lot of my friends, hadn't been in Bali for all that long. I had friends who had lived here for years who were Australian, who were leaving, who were saying, you do not want to be in Bali when the shit goes down. Like, the Indonesian army will come. Like, this is the stories that were happening. The Indonesian army will come. They're going to lock you into some kind of a camp. There was all this stuff going on. And so my head was like, get the hell out, like, now. We need to go, is what my head was saying, because my head is like, well, we're not safe. I don't want to be locked in some camp in Indonesia. But we stopped on the stairs. I remember this so clearly. I'm 2 stairs up. He's on the bottom step. We're standing there looking at each other eye to eye, because he's a lot taller than me. And he's like, we've got to make this decision now. What are we doing? And he dropped in and I felt into my womb and I felt the ecstatic current. Oh, it gives me like chills and I almost want to cry, like feeling into that moment. And I was like, we're staying. It was like my head is screaming at me that we have to leave, but the ecstatic current and my body are like rooting me here. I can feel this like I'm grounded into the earth and I can't move. I'm not supposed to leave. I'm not supposed to go anywhere. And I was like, but like safety wise, you have to make your own decision. I can't be making this decision for you, because if we get locked into somewhere, like this can't be my fault, right? So fast forward. Had I have gone back to Australia, one of two things would have happened. Either I would have ended up in Victoria. That was where we were going first. So I would have ended up in Victoria and they went into complete and utter lockdown, right? Like no leaving your house, all services closed. They didn't even have garbage services at one point. It was full on lockdown, shut your doors, stay inside for a really long time. The second option would have been going to Sydney, and I have in Sydney like a tiny apartment. It's so cute. I have this little, like it's half basement, 1 bedroom, little teensy tiny apartment. So we would have ended up in lockdown together, the two of us, which is not how we survive very well. And instead, here we are in Bali, we've experienced no lockdown. I've had complete freedom. Yes, things are different here and things have closed down, but we have been able to live our life excuse me, completely normally. Other than when I get on a scooter, I need to put on a mask. And in the last however many months, like my business has boomed, life has been amazing. I definitely had, you know, like everybody throughout this period, I had a pretty hell time for a few months, but I would have had that anywhere. This is the depth that I trust the ecstatic current, is that I would make such a big life decision like that of like, what happens if we get locked in a prison or in a whatever, and decide to stay. And so this is why I'm so keen to teach it to you, because it changes life to so many levels. There's also like, you mean I don't even have to make my own decisions anymore? That's kind of cool. You mean I can literally just tune in and feel this, and I don't have to be the one to make the decision. I can just feel it, and I know what's right for me is what's going to happen. That in itself is mind-blowing. But also the fact that we get to just decide what is the bigger intention of our life? Like what is the map that we're living our life with? And I'll talk more about this later, but like what is the map that we have for our life? Because if we don't have a map, basically we're just flailing around blindly, right? But if we have a map on where it is that we want to go in our life, what's really, really important for us in our lives, and then we let go of the map. Then we let go of the how. Drop into the body, drop into the womb, tune into the ecstatic current, and let it do the rest. So it's like we've already put in our order. It's not as though like there's no intention on how we want to live our life. There's still that piece, like this is what I want in the different areas of my life. This is the big why, the big reason on why I want them, but then let go of all the details on the how and allow life to show itself to you, like it's been showing itself to me for the last few years since I started to follow this. So I'm intrigued. I'd love like some love hearts or some comments if you're like, yes, I want to learn how to do this. I'm just going to read some of your comments a little bit more about your decisions as well. So you feel me, Kerry, I love it. Right, something in my heart so badly wants to visit Bali. Sandra, you should come to Bali. Kerry's feeling tingly. Your womb called you to this. Yes, because you're about to self-pleasure. So you needed to be here, and then you can go self-pleasure after with the ecstatic current. This is the thing, right? I keep on losing so many of the comments, but I'm catching some of them. It only shows me 4 comments at a time. For those people that are missing them and you think I'm being rude, I'm not. It just shows me 4 at a time. Hi, Mariah. Cool. Danielle, so feeling. Excellent. All right. So here's the thing. We are all made up of energy, right? Like I think everybody already knows that. You can give me some love hearts flying up or some likes or something. If you're like, yeah, I already know that we're made up of energy. Everything is made up of energy. Everything is actually way more energy than it is matter. We live in this energy bubble, hence why we are so impacted and affected by, you know, the vibrational frequency of the planet changing, and hence why we're so darn impacted by like the moon and the cycles and the tides. Hi, Julie. Hence why we're so impacted by that as well. Is it's life is energy. We're living in one freaking big energy ball, basically, and that energy ball is interacting with itself in all different ways. That's kind of like the super primary simple way to explain that. So if everything is energy, and if I am energy, then I can choose to tune into any vibrational frequency of energy that I want to. And so the way I see the ecstatic current, or that I feel the ecstatic current, is basically like a piece of like energy, like shocks of energy. I almost see it like I'll give you my actual true vision of what it looks like to me. The way I actually see it is lightning, like a lightning bolt that comes up through the earth and into my womb. And that lightning bolt is guiding me. The lightning bolt, once I tune into it, once I find it, like, oh my gosh, I've got a better way to explain it. Remember those, those balls that you can put your hands on? The big round ball, and you can put your hand on the ball and the bits of electricity come to your hand. That's a way better way of explaining it. I like this image. It's kind of like that. So what I'm doing is there's this earth. Oh my God, this is exactly it. I'm going to have to get one for next time when I'm sharing about this. So there's the earth, right? The round earth, that's the ball. In the center of the ball is the energy source. And from that ball, that energy source, there are all these different shoots of electricity that come off and they move. This is exactly what the ecstatic current looks and feels like for me, is that we're sitting on the earth, we're sitting on this big, beautiful round ball, and in her center, right in the core of the earth, and those of you who have worked with me before know that the center of the earth is the womb. So right in the center, right in her core, right in her womb, that's where the electrical current comes from. That's where the ecstatic current comes from. And it shoots up through the earth, and we each have our own little piece of like electricity. So you can all put your fingers onto this ball, and a shoot is going to come to you. It's exactly the same as that, right? So what's it called? Van de Graaff generator. I need one of those, Mariah. Now that I've had this vision, I need one. So we could sit there with one of these balls, and we could all put one finger on it, and it would send a shoot to each and every one of you, right? So it's exactly like that. But the way to tune into your little piece of that shoot, that ecstatic current that's yours specifically, if I was to try to tune in, I would not get the same one as what you would. If we were sitting side by side, tuning into the ecstatic current, we are not going to get the same results or the same response, because what's true for you in your own experience, in your life's experience, in your soul's path, is going to be completely different to mine. So when I say we're following the ecstatic current, it is the ecstatic current that is given to us by the earth, but it is purely for you. And the way we tune into the ecstatic current is through the womb. So when we work with the womb and we activate the womb, so we've spoken before about, for those of you who haven't joined before, I'll explain a little. So we have the physical womb, your own physical womb if you have one. It doesn't matter if you do or you don't have one, this works for everybody. Is we have the physical womb, but we also have the energetic or the etheric womb. The etheric womb or the energetic womb is what we can activate. It's exactly the same as like our own energy body. Some people have an energy body that's quite small and quite dormant. Some people that you can be around have these massive energy fields, and you can really, really feel them. You sit in their field. It's like you go to, Buddha, or for example, and you're sitting in their field because their energy field is so big, right? So with the womb, it's a similar thing. We either have the physical womb that can be sitting quite dormant energetically, or we can start to work with the physical womb and we can activate the energetic or the etheric aspect of our womb, which everybody can work with, no matter whether they were born with male parts or female parts or both or neither. It doesn't matter. Everybody can work with this energetic womb. So, I was saying everything is energy. We activate the womb. We activate the energetic aspect of the womb. We're tuning into the earth, to this piece of energy that is there specifically for us. We tune into that, and the two are easily able to connect. And once they're easily able to connect, that ecstatic current can lead you and can guide you anywhere and support you in making every decision. And so my experience of how that feels, I shared to you the story before and how it was for me to stay, and like my whole body felt rooted to the earth. It's like it starts in my womb, but then my entire body is like, oh, like I can't move. This is where I need to stay. Or if I tune in and I feel it and I'm supposed to move somewhere, it will direct It's like my body wants to go, oh, I'm going that way. Oh, and this is why when I was in Vietnam, why I really did a whole month of this to get this depth of understanding of how it feels, because I was literally making every decision. So I would sit there and wait, like, am I going left or right here? And my body would go, ooh, and I'm like, oh, okay, we're going that way today or that way now. So I'm going to guide you a little bit in how to start to work more with this, how to practice with it. And when you start to tune into it, the piece is to practice and to practice and to practice and to practice. And to practice with the smaller things first. To go for a walk in nature. Nature, that's a funny accent. Go for a walk in nature. Don't know where that just came from. And stand and feel. Like, oh, I'm being led to go and stand in front of this tree. Oh, I'm being led to go and look at this flower. Oh, I'm being led to sit down right now. And so just take it step by step by step until you begin to learn that you can tune in, you trust it, and you can tune into it and start to make all of your decisions, even your greatest, biggest decisions, like that one that I was letting you know about, do I stay in Bali or do I leave? So we start with the small pieces, we start with the small decisions. But we're learning to feel, and we're getting navigated by this invisible force that starts to navigate you in every single direction. And you can start to use this for anything. Is this job right for me? And you'll feel, oh, I feel pulled towards that. No, I don't feel pulled towards it. It's not for me. Or, I don't know, I'm in a room and suddenly I feel pulled to talk to this person and I don't know why. Well, I'm going to trust it. Of course I'm going to go and talk to this person because I can feel that it's coming from my womb, and I can feel that this little filament of energy is literally will move you. If you allow it to, it will literally move your body and literally take you to where you need to go. So, who's keen? I need some love hearts, some likes and stuff, so that, like, shooting up my screen, so that I know that you're on board for this and you're like, hell yes, I want this. Give it to me. I want the ecstatic current. I want my own personal Van de Graaff generator. I had to read Mariah's comment again there. Sounds like tuning into your true self. Yeah, an internal compass. So there's a few different ways, like when we tune into our true self, when we tune into our internal compass, there's a few, yes, Julie, hell yes, give it to me. That's what I need to hear. There's a few different things, right? So we can tune into our intuition or into our soul alignment, and that will also support us in finding, like, what is our true self? What is our alignment? Yes, give me more. Okay, I will give you more. Super keen. Excellent. Some electrical current direction, please. Great. Okay, I can feel your excitement. For those of you who haven't been on lives with me before, I respond. So the more energy you give, the more energy I give back. I don't even know. I think that's part of my human design, actually. But yeah, I respond. So I get excited when you get excited. So yeah, so the intuition or the soul's guidance or the alignment that we can feel can also come from above. You can have a soul alignment that comes in. You can also have the ecstatic current. So for me, I'm working with, like, the true depth of what I'm working with is both. We're kind of diving in more to the ecstatic current today, but the true bigger picture of what I work with is I have my soul alignment first. I'm deeply connected into my soul, and I know what my soul alignment is. I know what my soul's path is. It's giving me the big overarching picture. This is my soul's path. This is my soul's work. This is what I'm here for on this planet. This is why I even bothered to come back this lifetime. And so I've deeply aligned to that inner calling, to that true self. And then from being deeply aligned to that true self, then I'm working with the ecstatic current as well. So to me, I feel and see these as two different experiences. And when we work with both of them in alignment together, that's where some serious kick-ass juice comes. So for those of you that are like, yeah, well, I already feel my intuition. I'm already aware of my soul. I'm already aware of, like, when I'm in alignment or not in alignment. So that's like one piece of the big story that we can choose to work with, and then choosing to work with the ecstatic current is the other. So you've kind of then got the polarity of from above and from below, and so we're working with both. And to me, I'm always working with polarity. So I'm not a love and light person at all, because to me, I believe that we need to have the light, we need to have the love and light, and we also need to have the descent and the dark energy. But unfortunately for a lot of people, through the love and light period, and I definitely super went into that as well, through the love and light period, a lot of people have been scared away from the dark because it's been seen as the bad, whereas actually dark energy is more matter, it's more dense, there's nothing bad about dark energy. In fact, I like to work with both dark and light energy, both polarities. It's the same as I work with the masculine and feminine within myself. I work with the dark and light masculine and feminine within myself. I work with my animal body, the fact that this really is like just a bag of flesh and it is my animal body. And then I also work with my soul alignment. Hi, Anya. And I also work with the soul alignment, right? So I'm constantly working with all polarities. And so, yeah, soul alignment, centered alignment to me is extremely important. And then the ecstatic current is a different sense. It's a different feeling. The alignment to soul, or the alignment to self, almost feels it's more upper. Whereas ecstatic current, you will feel it in your lower body. It's like you feel it in your womb, you feel it in your pussy. Like it's literally, that's where you get the tingling, that's where you get the feeling, that's where you feel like you're being pulled from, is from that place. Like I feel like I'm being driven and pulled from my womb. Hi, Di. That's the difference in the two different energies that we can work with. So the ecstatic current, so I kind of went off on a tangent then when I read that piece, but I think that was really beautiful to also bring that in, to understand, to start to feel the difference between the two. It's the same as we can have intuition, which feels like it kind of drops in. You know, when people say like, I got a download, it's like something dropped in, right? And so that's your intuition. Whereas womb intuition feels different. You literally feel it in your womb. Like what I want to say is there's the visual that I see of how it feels to really be tuned into the womb is almost like, I can't really show you, no, I can't, is a woman who's sitting with her legs spread out, sitting on the earth and bleeding into the earth. That's like the visual of the feeling. I'm trying to give you an image and a felt sense. There's this deep connection to earth, deep connection to nature, like she's almost a part of it. That's the difference in the feeling. So intuition comes in this way. Womb is really like, oh, I just feel the earth so much, and I feel where she wants to guide me and where she wants to take me. I feel like I'm one with her. A lot of tuning into womb work actually is going out onto the land and is feeling the land and is allowing her to show you. So I keep looking out here. You probably don't all know, I've got this amazing, that is just all rice field. There's a huge, this is just glass windows and masses of rice fields that's all very green right now, and then mountains. So that's why I keep kind of looking out there when I'm talking about her. It's quite sensational. It's like you become one with her and you feel her, and she's the one that's guiding you, right? So awesome, Cassandra. So midst of menopause is actually, like, this is probably going to surprise you when I say, like, I'm excited for you and congratulations. I'm headed that way. I'm in perimenopause. Is actually, as a woman heads into menopause, as a woman heads into her, what they call crone years, it doesn't sound like a very nice word, but actually it's the most beautiful initiation. That's when she more powerfully connects to her womb, and where she more powerfully connects to the ecstatic current and to the earth. And in fact, that's when she can begin also, if she really tunes in, the guidance that she can provide others. Hence why, you know, if you watch shows about you know, I guess tribal times, for want of a better word, and everybody would go to the sage or to the mystic or to the crone. Everybody will go to her because she can feel for them, right? So actually it's a seriously amazing, amazing time that you're in. So yes, that's how it all feels. Let's like actually give you a felt sense of it so you can start to get an idea of what I'm talking about. I'll take you through a little bit of a process to allow you to start to have a felt sense. What I want to say is two things before I take you into this. One is, if you don't actually feel something, don't worry about it, because what we're doing is I'm giving you a transmission of it. And so you may or may not feel it the first time. You may be like, oh, whoa, I get it. And I really felt that so strongly. Or you might be like, hey, Zapheria, I didn't actually feel anything at all. Both ends of that spectrum are totally fine. Like, you're still actually getting the transmission of the experience so that then you can practice it on your own. This is the big piece that I want to be able to bring to you is it's a practice. I just told you I spent a whole month only doing that and nothing else but that. So it is a practice. For some people, it kind of ignites quickly. For some people, it takes a little bit more. But if it's something that you truly want to tune into, setting the intention of tuning into the ecstatic current and of being shown that, of being guided that, and being able to be taught what it is, that's a huge, huge piece of this. Everything that we do in this life anyway is so deeply around intention. So as we go into it, just hold that intention of like, I intend to tune into the ecstatic current, to my own ecstatic current. And then you can keep working with it. Once I've shown you this once, you can keep on practicing. For some of you who've done womb work with me or been on here a few different times, parts of this you'll be used to, parts of this will be similar, and some of this will be new. So if you're in a spot where you can, sorry, as we're reading Cassandra's thing, not having had children, I haven't had children either. And I actually find that my womb is extremely potent and powerful, and I have not had the initiation of birthing children into this life for various reasons. Yeah, so if you're in a place where you are able to close your eyes, please do. If you're not in a place where it's easy to close your eyes, please don't, and just still remain as focused as you can. You can also come watch the replay. My language today is very strange. You can go watch the replay. So I'm going to get you to just close your eyes. And just for a moment, I'm just going to focus on your breath. There's nothing you have to change. Just going to focus on the breath as it goes in and out. Just noticing how with each breath that you become more centered, more present of your own body, more aware that you are in a body. You may even notice that your body starts to become heavier. Super aware of it. And you might also notice that it's like the rest of the world just starts to disappear. And suddenly there's just you and your body. This amazing temple, this amazing vessel that you walk through life in, that allows you to be here and to do all that you do in the world. That's it. And so now I'm just going to bring your attention down to your womb space. And so it's about 3 fingers below the belly button, but just intuitively, just bring your attention down to your womb space. Whether you have a physical womb or you don't. Just placing your awareness there. And as you place your awareness in your womb space, just be aware of what's present. Again, we're not trying to make anything different, just aware. And so for you, maybe as soon as you bring your awareness, there is some kind of a felt sense. Maybe you see or you hear her. But also perhaps there is a lack of sensation, a lack of feeling. So just also being with and present to the not feeling, which is actually just as much there as the feeling is. That's it. Now just imagining you can bring your breath into your womb. Just like she was a balloon, that you're able to bring the breath in and she fills up more. And then the air, the breath can expel as she contracts a little. Just being with that for a moment. Good. So now we're going to send a grounding cord down into the earth. So it might look like an umbilical cord or feel like an umbilical cord that comes out from your womb, down out through your yoni, your vagina, and it drops down into the earth. And so just seeing, feeling, or even just knowing that that grounding cord now is dropping down into the earth. It remains connected to your womb and it drops down into the earth. And just being with whatever level of awareness is present for you in this moment. So you might become aware actually of the textures of the earth, the temperature of the earth as that grounding cord is dropping down. Just allowing it to keep on dropping, to keep on descending. That's it. And you may start to feel a gentle pulling on that grounding cord, like it's being magnetized and pulled towards the center of the earth. Just allowing that pull to call your grounding cord down to the center of the earth, to the womb of Pachamama Gaia. And allow that to connect in, so womb to womb. That's it. And just feeling or being aware of how your body's sense is right now as you are connected womb to womb, grounded into the earth. Good. Just being with that for a moment. Feeling that sense of being connected to her. And so bring your attention right into the center of her womb. Right deep in where your grounding cord is connected. And seeing or feeling that there is an electrical current, an ecstatic current that is present right in the center. You may even feel it in the bottom of your grounding cord. You might see it, just knowing that it is there. Just like one of those balls that I explained in the beginning where the energy is in the center. That's it. So there's this big ball of energy right in the center of the earth. Notice how the more you tune into that big ball of energy in the center of this earth, the more you can feel it. It's almost like the bigger that ball of energy gets. And it's charged up. Almost like static, little bits of static on it. It's like this energy wants to go somewhere. Just being with it. That's it. And now just tuning in and holding that intention to tune into your own ecstatic current, to allow the earth to show you your ecstatic current, And as you do, noticing how your own little piece of that electrical current starts to come up through your grounding cord, into your womb, and into your body. It may bring your whole body alive. You may get tingles all the way through your body. If you do, just allow it there. Welcome the presence of the ecstatic current into your body. Breathe it into your body. That's it. Because this piece of ecstatic current belongs purely to you, not to anybody else. Nobody else has had this. Nobody else gets to tune into this piece. This is only for you. That's it. It's been sitting there in the center of the earth all this time, waiting for you to tune in, waiting for you to connect. And just being with however much it's present for you right now. It might be a little spark. It might be like a full-bodied shooting of energy through your body. However it shows up for you in this moment is absolutely perfect. That's it. And just allow your body a moment to get used to this felt sense, to get used to this feeling, this current that wants to move your body. Good. Just breathing with it. If you notice yourself wanting it to be more, just acknowledge that part of you and allow yourself to just be with what's present. If you find yourself feeling like, whoa, that's too much, just remembering that actually this is your own ecstatic current, so you get to choose. You can turn it up and you can turn it down. So you could just ask it to ease off and back off a little bit if it's too much. That's it. Almost like you have your own controls, your own dial of it. And so for a moment, just feeling, is there anything in your life at the moment that you're trying to decide whether you go towards or whether you don't, any decisions? If there isn't, it's okay. But if you're aware of any decisions that you need to make, just place the image or the felt sense of that decision in front of you and just play for a moment. Ask this ecstatic current to show you if it's going to pull your body towards it or if it's going to pull your body away from it. Or maybe you have a couple of choices that you're placing in front of you, and notice if your body goes towards one or the other. If it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong. It just means that you're learning and getting used to it. That's it. Good. So just breathing with that. Oof. And so now, I just want you to set the intention that this is your ecstatic current, that you get to decide when you tune into this current and when you don't. You are the one who chooses and asks for the current to come. It has no control over you. You're the one that calls and chooses it and says, hey, show me. Where am I going? What decision am I making? That's it. And now just allowing whatever current is in your body to settle back down into your own womb. Good. So now there's like a little ball of energy that's in your womb, your own ecstatic current that's sitting in the center of your womb. And there's still that big ball of energy that's in the center of the earth. And there's still that grounding cord for now. So actually these two energy sources are able to talk to each other. These two energy sources are able to communicate in any given moment. So in any given moment that you can choose that you want these two to connect, that you want that grounding cord to drop down and to show you the way, that you want the two pieces of energy to connect and guide you on where to go. And so with that awareness now, you're just going to bring your grounding cord back up and out of the earth. So just allow it to release from the center of the earth. That's it. Allow yourself to bring that grounding cord all the way back up through the earth. All the way back up into your body. And just feeling for your own self, you may wish to say, I am myself, myself, and no one but myself. You may wish to say that 3 times. And you also might not need to, just feeling what's true for you, but just bringing that energy back to self so that now you're fully with you. There's no energy, no part of you that isn't with you. You may just want to place one hand over your womb and one hand over your heart. And just be with that for a moment. Nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to be. Just allow a moment of integration, a moment of stillness. Beautiful. And so just taking a few breaths, and you may want to give your body some gentle movement and just start to bring yourself back into this moment, back connected to your own body. You may want to move, you may want to touch. You want to open your eyes. Whew. That's it. So when you feel ready, I would love to hear in the comments your experience of that. What happened for you, what you felt or didn't feel. Like, it's all totally perfect. Like I said before, it might be your first time and you're like, wow, that just shot through my body, or it might be the first time and you're like, oh, I didn't feel that. Both are perfect. So when you feel ready, I would love to hear. Great, thanks, Kerry. So I've given you like a super short version of that. And the reason that I'm giving you such just a taster of it and not a full dive in deep experience of it is for everybody it will be different. And for some people that's a lot of energy, and for some people like that will be plenty, and for some people probably when we get off this you'll just want to go straight back to it. So either way is fine, but I just wanted to give you the transmission, the felt sense, the understanding of how you can tune into that and what you can do. Yeah, pulse through your body. Yes, yum. Cassandra feels emotional. Yeah. I find very often when I tune into the womb of the earth, there's a lot of emotion that comes, and it's quite beautiful. So yeah, really be with whatever emotion is there. Really be with that, because there's a depth that comes when it's coming from tuning into the womb. Lauren, first time doing any type of work like this. And you felt all the electricity. Amazing. Your womb has cobwebs through her and you have work to do. Yeah, that's how I started out as well. I actually started out doing this work of like, womb, what is that? It's very funny. So she's got some cobwebs. She just needs a little dusting out, a little bit of breathing and some air and some ecstatic current, and she'll be good. So somehow I think my body may have felt the ecstatic current, or everything moved, or confuse it with fight or flight feeling. Yeah, which is also part of the reason why we do this really, really quickly, because it could possibly give you that feeling of like, oh, what is this? So yeah, just be with that and be with your own body, and you'll know after, you'll have that feeling after. That was so nourishing. The deepest I've ever felt the connection. Oh, beautiful, amazing, to your grounding cord. Died tingling and present. Yes, beautiful. Julie, beautiful womb grounding transmission. My pleasure, darling. Really helpful being able to ask the current about decisions. Yeah. So what you can do is keep practicing that, right? And the way that I would suggest to practice it is to like go out into nature if you can, depending on where you are in the world right now, if that's possible. But if you can go outside and do that, if you can sit in nature, even if you're just sitting in your garden or something, is to continue practicing that and start to just get used to the felt sense of allowing it to show you. And so decisions can be like a way to just start to practice with it, to start to get that felt sense, is like to place something or two things visually in front of you and just feel like where is this current wanting to take you or not wanting to take you. Maybe it doesn't want to take you there to either of them at all, but it can be a beautiful way to just start to learn what it feels like. And once we've started to learn what it feels like and you've started to create this connection between your womb and the earth womb, you've started to feel that energy pull, and the more you work with it, the more it will, mine can just tune in and turn on at any given moment. Like I think I said it earlier in the call, like maybe it's pulling you to talk to someone. Like I had that experience a few days ago, and anyone who knows me very well, I'm a crab, I'm a Cancerian. I can be super wild, loony tune when I feel comfortable, but if you put me out in public, I don't talk to people. I'm like, where my partner is the opposite. Mike wants to talk to everyone, and I'm like, oh no, I don't talk to people. I don't even say hello to people unless I know them. I'm like this little crab. But yeah, I mean, recently I really had this experience of like this pull towards to go and talk to a person, and just the results and the outcome of that were really beautiful. So it starts to just be able, the more you practice, the more you tune into it, it starts to be able to show you all the time, like where to go. It can be doing the little pieces, or you can consciously tune in and ask it. Like I told you, those who are on at the very beginning, that story here in Bali of us really making that decision from where is the ecstatic current taking us? Well, it's telling me to stay right here. So there is so much that we can do with the ecstatic current. Orgasmic ecstatic current. Yes, Afida. Orgasmic. Yes, awesome, Australia. So yours showed up as whole body lighting up and tingles. Awesome. So yeah, play with this. I'm really interested. So I'm going to keep this video up. I'm going to start doing every single Saturday. I'm going to start doing these sessions every single Saturday. So I might leave one up and then I'll leave it up for a week, I think. But I'd love to hear, like, practice with it. I would love to hear like what your experience is with it. I'd love to know just now if there are any questions anyone has at the moment around it. I kind of just wanted to give you this starter on it because it's such a deep topic. But what I also want to share with you at the moment, so if you've got questions, please pop those in now while I share this with you. You know, I spoke at the beginning also about how we need to have a map, right? We need to have a map on what it is that we're creating in our lives so that we're not kind of flailing around blindly. We need to have in each area of our life, like what is it? What do you want in that area of your life? What are you actually creating? What is the picture? What is the vision? What is the felt sense of where you're going? And we have this map, right? And so once we have the map and we have the map really clear, we let go of the how. I kind of see this, like I put into the destination in my Google Maps or whatever. I put in, this is where I want to go. And it's going to give me a few different choices to go along the way, right? That's kind of like the little ecstatic current that's coming. So the way I see it is when I put in a destination in my map, there are like a million different directions that I could go to that. My head could sit there and try to decide which direction it is that I'm going to make. And I've got to tell you, my head's probably going to make all the wrong decisions and I won't end up in the place I'm going. And it was really, really difficult to get there, and it was a hard slog. And there's blood, sweat and tears to try and get to this place because I'm trying to like push shit uphill, so to speak, to be able to get to myself to this place that I'm trying to go. You know, the what do you call the vision board stuck on the wall, and then trying to but to get to that, I have to like reverse engineer every step of the way to get to this thing in my life. So I feel my whole body getting anxious just talking about that. But that is the way most of us live our life. Whereas actually when we set the map, the destination on where we're going, and that's really, really clear, we've told the universe, God, whomever, this is what I'm calling in, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm creating. And then we let go, we surrender it, and we let go of the actual how is each one of those steps going to happen. That's where the magic comes in, because that's when the ecstatic current knows exactly. The ecstatic current is like, right, so you want this epic, amazing thing in your life. I'm going to guide you to this epic, amazing thing in your life, and I'm going to take you along these ways that you would have never dreamt of going yourself. And there is going to be richness, and there is going to be magic, and it's going to be incredible. that this is the way that we can truly start to live our lives, right? And so, and this is completely how I live my life. And so in 2 weekends time, so next weekend I'm going to do another one of these in here for you on a different topic. I'm going to do this around like birthing your own projects. And so then the weekend after, I'm doing a 3-day emerge from the darkness, and it's to create your own ultimate life map. And so what I see is 2020 was kind of a dark year for a lot of people, and I've spoken to you all so many times around us that we were in the birth canal and that we were birthing out of this intense experience. We were birthing into a greater level, right? We're birthing into, some people call it the new earth, some people say 5D, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it is fine. Same thing, we're all talking about exactly the same thing. That 2020 was us going through this intense birthing experience, and the contractions and just the darkness of being in the womb and coming through the canal and not knowing what's on the other side, and the stress and the pressure from that. But now we need to reset. So now we need to reset into 2021 and decide, what is your ultimate life map that you're creating? We've already just discovered that you've got no control over our lives anyway. Like when we try to micromanage, that's what's had to break down this year, is we don't get to micromanage every step of control. We need to be able to hand it up, to hand it over, and to allow the ecstatic current then to take us. And actually we end up with so much of a richer life than what we would have anyway when we're trying to micromanage the pieces. So I'm doing a 3-day event in 2 weeks time. I still cannot believe that I'm launching it today. I cannot believe that I'm doing it for the price I am, but I muscle tested it and I felt into it, and I'm like, this is the price that it's supposed to go at, and you're all going to get a 10% discount as well if you sign up this weekend. So in 2 weekends time, it's a 3-day event, so you get 3 days with me. I think it's 3 hours a day, and what we're going to do is get you super clear on what is your map in every area of your life. We're going to get you super clear actually on what are your agreements with yourself and with the universe and with the world this year. What do you stand for and what don't you stand for? What will you have in your life and what will you not have in your life? We're going to get super clear on those. We're going to clear the emotions that are stopping you or that are in the way and hindering you from getting to that final destination, that ultimate life map, getting to that destination. So we're going to do a bunch of emotional clearing on that. And then I'm going to take you through a birthing ritual. I'm going to take you through a ritual of being able to take all of these pieces that you're calling, I'm getting covered in goosebumps, by the way. All of these pieces that you're calling into your life, and we're going to birth them and then let it go and allow the ecstatic current to start to take you and guide you to those places in that map. It is like, I don't get goosebumps very often, but I literally am covered in goosebumps right now, because this is an insanely powerful process that I am going to take you through. I don't usually offer this. I usually just do this for myself, or I had some friends over recently and I did it for them, but I don't usually offer this publicly. But because of the year that we all had, and so many people have had in 2020, and just really understanding where we're going, it's just so important. And so 3 days for $197. Can't believe I just said that out loud. 3 days for $197, or you can come do the VIP for $444. And so the VIP level get an extra 2 hours a day with me, where we'll actually do some laser clearing. So in the 3 hours together, we'll do some group clearing. In the VIP level, we'll do some one-on-one laser stuff. So you'll actually get your own individual clears throughout that as well. If you're joining the normal level, you can watch it as a replay if you want to. It would be amazing to actually be on the calls, but if the time doesn't work for you, you can watch the replay. VIP level, you would really want to actually be there to make sure that you got the most out of it. Yes, Australia, all my stuff is in USD, and I'm going to give you 2 things. So I'm going to give you all, that's the link for it, and what did I do with your discount code? And I'm going to find the discount code that I just created for all of you. Here it is, Alchemy Fam. Here we go, ready. That's your 10% discount code, and that will be live until my Monday morning. So that's USA Sunday evening, that you can get 10% off that. It's ridiculous. Like, I seriously cannot believe I'm doing it for that, but insanely excited for it. So the dates are 19th to 21st of February, Kerry, for me in the mornings. So that's the 18th to the 20th in the evenings for you in the US. Yeah. So, the questions disappeared. Why are my comments doing this? It's so annoying. I know some of you had put questions and I didn't get time to look at them. Some tech issues. So excited. Kerry, I'm excited. Come and play. It's going to be freaking epic. Like I'm more excited about this than I've been excited about anything for a long time. I do have one other thing I'm announcing in a few days that I'm also freaking excited about, but this one is just going to be like ridiculous is all I can say. So if it's possible to be there for everybody, like literally be there. How often do you hear me? You probably have never heard me actually. You probably have never heard me in this group say, you have to be at this. Like I'm doing this event and you have to be at it. I don't think I've ever said it in here. You have to be at this. If there's any way that you can be at it or even just do the regular level and watch the replay, I'm going to swear, it's fucking powerful and potent, and I want you all to be able to surge into 2021 and really claim this life. I want to say, I want you to be able to grab life by the balls. That's what I want to say right now. So I want that. I want you to be able to grab life by the balls and for your womb to be tingling and alive and activated and just through 2021. That's the vision that I have for all of you, and that's what's gonna happen in this 3 days. I never ever do this type of thing. I usually do a 1 hour, a 2 hour, or you're in for a retreat for 4 days for me, which certainly is like 10 times that price. So please come join. And yeah, Hafida, I've never said it at all. I know I don't. And this, I don't get covered in goosebumps, and I'm covered in goosebumps around this training. So yeah, grab it by the balls deep. Yes, Hafida. And your masculine's coming to play, Kerry. I love it. So people who did write questions, I have to be really annoying and ask, can you, if you want me to answer it now live, can you copy and paste it and put it in the comments again, and I'll answer it live. Otherwise, I'm going to go back in and read all of the comments and reply to anything a little bit later. But for some reason, I can see 4 comments at a time. It's very rude. So yeah, if anyone's got a burning question that they need to know now, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to start to wrap us up. I've got on does anyone remember this ring? I'm so excited. I just saw it in the camera. Does anyone remember? This was an Ecstatic Current moment as well. Oh my gosh. Anyone who hasn't seen that is a massive, while I'm just seeing if any more questions come through, I'm going to tell you this. That is a massive sapphire. 12 months ago, exactly yesterday, 12 months ago, I sold my caravan that was in the back of my house in Byron Bay. I sold my caravan, I swapped it for a sapphire. But a few days before that, maybe a maximum of a week before that, I kept on saying to Mike, a lot of you know I work with the Blue Diamond Souls. I kept saying to Mike, a man is going to give me a big blue diamond. I can see it. I can feel it. There's a big blue diamond coming my way. And I kept saying it. And he's like, yes, dear. Okay, whatever. And then within less than a week, this man had said, would I exchange this massive Australian blue sapphire for my caravan? Yes, I will. That was another one of those Ecstatic Current moments, because my head was like, well, I want the money. I really needed the money at the time. My head was like, I want the money. And my body was like, are you freaking kidding me? That is insane. So I went and had it made into a ring, and it's exactly 1 year old. Cool. Looks like there's not any questions, which is awesome. So I'm gonna wrap us up here. Because I started late, I actually have a Bahasa teacher downstairs. I have a language lesson now to go and learn my Bahasa Indonesian. So selamat sampai jumpa nanti. That's what I want to tell you all. Sampai jumpa nanti. See you later. Although see you later means I'll see you soon. So sampai jumpa lagi. Sampai jumpa lagi means see you again. So I need to go downstairs and have my language lesson. As you can see, I really need it. So much love to all of you. Thank you so much for being in this space with me today. Like I just said, next Saturday, I'm going to do another similar thing for somewhere between an hour and a half again next Saturday. And then the week after that is the 3-day event. And then the week after that, I'm going to go back to doing another free 1 hour in here again. So you're going to be seeing a lot of me. So wishing you all the most amazing, epic, wonderful, ecstatic weekend wherever you are in this world. And thanks for coming, hanging out with me on my Saturday morning, your Friday evening for some of you. And I'll see you soon. Lots of love.